to Stardander Revenant, the demo. Game by Fancy Fish Games, which was made for the 2021 Spooktober Visual Novel Jam. The second place finisher, in fact. So, a game about two witches, Griselda and Dianthus. Well, witches in training, as a matter of fact. Griselda just wants to be friends with Dianthus. But together, as students at a school for witches, they must work together to protect the forest from the meddlesome Fae. Oh no. Oh no. I'm about to die. Again. The closest horror reaches for my throat. Its scabby hand long and disfigured, its nails unnaturally sharp. How did I get myself into this? Guess it all started with failing that class last term. Boots clunk heavily onto the stone steps as I trudged into the great hall and collapsed to the bench with a sigh. The room was full of breakfasters and chatter about the Hallow's Eve bout. Any luck with you-know-what? It's hopeless. I'm failing. Again. Yesterday I tried to ask a simple question after class and was instantly shut down. Beatrice pulls a piece of parchment covered in violet writing from a pile on the table. Hey, the team that wins the bout is excused from the finals, right? And they get cake. Even Professor Blantrey can't fail you if you win the bout. How does that help me become friends with Dianthus? What are you talking about? Zelly, if you flunk Blantrey's class, you're in deep newt slime. I know, but... Suddenly a brilliant idea strikes me. A grin spreads across my face as I stare at the bout sign-up sheet. It's the perfect plan. I can avoid failing that horrible class and become friends with Dianthus, all at once. Hello, Zelly. I leaped my feet and searched for my target. She's alone, as usual. Not eating, of course. Just poring over a ridiculously huge leather-bound book. Here we go again. She's got that look in her eyes. I freeze. She hasn't seen me yet. Approach the mundane way. It's out I can't afford to pull any stunts this morning and walk over to her normally. Hello! Oh. Dianthus slams the enormous book shut with a thump. A silver summoning diagram glints on the cover as she hurriedly shoves it into her bag. What do you want? Beat my partner for the Hallow's Eve bout? We'd be elemental, and I really need to win. I flaunt the parchment sign-up form, but she only pulls a bowl of what looks like congealed stew closer and starts poking at it with a spoon. Dianthus rises from the bench, chin high, in a way she probably thinks is imposing. That doesn't do much to even our height difference, if I'm being honest. You know what you are. A grum-grum. A foolishly tall grum-grum. So, a grime puff that lives in dirty places. But at least, sorta cute? No, you're a pest. I wouldn't team up with you if you were a fuzzy fuchsia toadstool. But last time, I don't like you. Is there anything you do like? You're always alone, always frowning, barely eating. It's really not good. I like lots of things. Quiet things. Small things. You are neither. She sweeps away with a swish of her cloak. It's a small, unimposing swish. Oh. I let her go. For now. But I need her help, and I know she needs mine. Whoa. Advance. I bolt through the bustling castle corridors, barely keeping my speed below a run. The bell tower is ringing 2 o'clock already. Oh! I push open the doors to Professor Dare's office, almost falling over as they swing more easily than I expected. I'm here. I volunteer. I'll clean the forest this week. You? Good. I was hoping we'd get more volunteers. What are you doing here? If Dianthus sees me in action, maybe she'll reconsider being my bout partner. Make an old-fashioned military salute, fist over my heart. We air witches have a bad image, you know. I have a sudden burning desire to make myself useful for once. I'll believe that when I see it. You two will be on forest duty tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning. Follow Professor Clear to the egress point and be prepared for a battle. We have lots of woodland fae coming through the area lately. Earth types? These fire spells make quick work of them. Are you planning to let me do everything? And don't call me that. So Blanche is holding a battle demonstration for the upcoming forest clearing. Should I attend? Sure. Why not? We'll see how the battle works. Oh, hello. If you can, you should identify the fae you are facing. Knowledge is power. You can do this by casting Sense. Cast that now. Cast spell. Sense. Okay, whoa. The full-on battle system. Knight's Bane. Beast-type Fae, Air. Health 800, Mana 80. Powered Exoskeleton, Regenerate. Air Barrier. So Air-type. Familiar. Applies to generate to the pack total at the start of each battle. Ooh. Sort of like... interesting. Deadly draconic creature whose jaws and digestive systems are strong. Enough to devour metal with no consequences. It has a habit of collecting sheets of metal and infusing it into its own flesh to create a morbid kind of armor. That is somewhat morbid. Vulnerable to earth, resist fire. Now that we've identified Knight's Bane, you can see it has 800 health and 7 out of 80 mana. It currently has 2 barriers. Each barrier will block a hit, no matter how powerful. After casting Sense, additional info is unlocked in the encyclopedia, like the fact that Knight's Banes are the air elemental. Okay, so... now that we know about the enemy, we can end our turn. End turn. Each turn, the enemy will move closer until eventually it is able to attack you. To attack before it has a chance. The first projection lesson will teach you Strike, which is a basic ranged attack. If you strike enough times, you will break through the Fae's barriers and deal it damage. Try casting Strike now, then end the turn. Bop. Can we bop you again? Oh, we can... enemies that have elemental strength and weaknesses you can target once you know elemental strikes. But now that the Knight's Bane is close, you can see it is targeting me. Once my turn ends, it will attack. Barriers are the easiest way to defend, and the first spell you learn in Protection class. Try casting 5 barriers to block the Knight's Bane's 5 incoming attacks and end the turn. That's a lot of attacks. Barrier. Bop, 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 bop. You may have noticed I could choose an element for my barriers. This is because I know elemental barriers. Since you chose air, I was able to recover mana from the enemy Knight's Bane's air attacks. Okay, element attacks and details of any enemies you have sensed. If you don't want to attack, you can also try spirit magic to form a pact. Forming a pact can take many casts depending on the Fae, its health, and what you've spoken to it via telepathy. Oh. This can be done all at once or over several turns. Be persistent, and even the most stubborn Fae may eventually accept your pact. Try forming a pact with the Knight's Bane now. Well, obviously, we're gonna go... Blanche's attempting an Earth Pact with Knight's Bane. Oh, hello. Friend. Iron Doggo. Once a pact is formed, the Fae immediately becomes your familiar. Every turn, your familiar can perform an action to help you in battles. Let's summon another Knight's Bane so you can see this in action. Woof. Knight's Bane familiar gave me the regen buff, which lets me regenerate health every turn. Familiars have all kinds of abilities, and each student can field one familiar at a time. Best way to learn is to test your spells yourselves. We send students out in teams of 2 or 3. Try taking projection or spirit, and then volunteer to clean the forests. Now I'll finish off this last Knight's Bane to end the demonstration. Oh boy. Right. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Bop, bop, bop. Oh, we missed. Bop, bop, bop. Ora, 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 ora. Dead. Like the difficulty of the battles. You can change the options menu at any time. The original flavor. Why not? If you're doing multiple runs, we'll, try more then. So you do this a lot, huh? Leave the safety and protection of Professor Dare's territory? Fight wild fate that could tear you to shreds in an instant? Nervous much? Feel free to go back. I'll tell Dare you fled like a griffy bow. Come on, a student died on the way back to school this term, you know. I know. That's why it's more important than ever that we make the forest safe. Ah! They're just imps. Pummel them with enough fire strikes and they're banished like any fae. Hello. Sense will not only identify the imps, but also clear away illusions like those pesky shadows. Alright, done out of mana, and your turn to regenerate mana. Okay, we don't know sense. Don't do that yet. Alright, let's get used to this. Why not? Give me some shadows. They're getting closer. I can see that. They'll reach us eventually, but not before I've gotten a bunch more strikes in. Okay. Sense me. Vulnerable to fire and air. Resists water and earth. So you still have shadows going on, so... we'll sense you. We'll just completely bop you. Bop, 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 bop. Back where you belong. Elemental. Why not? What, trying to scare them into submission? I mean, hey, why not? Interesting, we have all, more defensive spells. Why not? See what this does. Bop. Okay. Blind. I will never ever pact Wild Fae again. Ever. Oh, okay. Ora ora. Bop. Bop. End turn. Perhaps you could do something useful and attract the enemy attacks, and don't forget to put up some barriers. Alright. Yoink. I'm very curious how you know how many pure earth type, so... Finally learn how to defend yourself, then? Well, yeah, jeez. Alright. We won't quite do that yet. Alright. Get rid of that. And just overkill you. Bop, stop. Griselda felt like they had good teamwork, +1 contentment. Oh, Dianthus had a slightly sad expression on her face and gained nothing from the battle. Griselda found a wild fiddlehead tuft in the woods. Dianthus found a wild daffodil petal in the woods. Yeah, we did it. You really need to learn how to fight back. How could you be a 50-year and never have taken a single rejection class? Ooh. So we pick our way back to the forest. Dianthus says nothing, walking ahead of me, her mouth set angrily. Do you ever feel bad for them? Who? The Fae. Why should I? They aren't killed, just banished back to their own realm, where they belong. What if they had a life here? Families? Babies? Dianthus turns on me suddenly, scattering fallen leaves, and fixes me with a withering stare. They kill us, Griselda. Fight or be killed. Several months earlier. My new boots are dusty and have been giving me a blister on my little toe for the last 2 hours. How much farther? I'm almost at the dark forest. Oh, that far? We probably won't get any more battles to break the monotony either. Banished a few lesser Fae in the morning, but this close to Stardander. Suddenly the ground shakes under my boots. Earthquake! Get down, into the bushes. Boom, 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 boom. What are you doing? Something huge crashes through the underbrush, knocking aside a small tree with a sharp crack. I stare, my feet won't move. Suddenly the air is full of magic. Regeneration, oh shit, that's bad. The huge creature barely flinches, barreling straight towards me. It's too strong. The area is supposed to be cleared. Put up your defenses and run! Try to remember my barrier spell, but my mind is frozen. I smell charred wood and armor grease. Griselda, run! So many teeth. So close I could count them. Am I going to die? Move! Pushed over by something coming at me like a cannonball. I land heavily in the bushes. I turn to look through the leaves. A Scythier I vaguely know is calmly sending spirals of green connection magic from her wand towards the monster. Oh, shit. Dianthus is doing a birth pact with Nightsbane. Pact with Nightsbane. How did you do that? The trick is to understand the Fae, and not panic. Look around. The other students have fled towards Stardander. Only the trampled bushes, broken trees, and a few smoking leaves remain. I'm Dianthus, entering my 6th year. You a 5th year? You just saved my life. Ah. Next time don't freeze up. You could have defended yourself at least. Before I can speak, she's striding off through the forest. I pull leaves out of my hair and hurry to catch up. I trot after Dianthus into the entrance hall. Professor Dare's voice blares over the Farspeak system. Attention students and teachers. Attention students and teachers. A student has died. She was killed by an abnormally strong wild Fae while returning to school today. Vigil will be held for Phoebe Koro this evening at 8 o'clock in the Great Hall. Please attend with your wands. A jolt pierces through my center. Suddenly the entrance hall feels very cold. That was almost me. Inexplicably, I am on my knees and shivering. Griselda, are you alright? Did you know her? The one who died? I'm suddenly aware that tears are dripping off my chin. No, I didn't know her. I'm alright. I'm fine. I'm not fine. My head is spinning, but I raise it to look for Dianthus. She's gone. You might choose which classes to take this week, Griselda. If you study hard, you may learn new spells by the end of the week. Witches have auras that determine their proficiencies at magic. Mana is the strength of their aura and how many spells they can cast. Contentment is how fast their mana grows over time. Oh. Their personality affects the hue of their aura, bravery, intelligence, kindness, and creativity. The hue affects the strength of each elemental spells, strikes, barriers, pact, and summon. You can see what spells witches will learn at which level of each class in the spells list tab of the encyclopedia. Okay, so we can take 2... Changing objects, channeling. We're going to take channeling. Interesting. We have our starting stats kind of give us a really good picture into Griselda's personality. Dianthus wants us to learn to defend ourselves? Okay, we'll try. I want you to make more of an effort in your remedial connection classes. I've had a poor report on your enthusiasm and attendance from Professor Blandry. And Professor Sourtree. Your attitude is a part of the problem. I won't hesitate to hold you back if you fail his class again. Bonding and pacting Wild Fae is not an easy process, as you should know firsthand by now. Every type of Fae is unique and has different conditions under which they will be bondable or pactable. I squirm in my seat and glance out the window. Professor Dare wants me to take this class more seriously, but I've never been good with earth magic. At least Dianthus is here at the desk next to mine. Though you can barely tell, she always sits at the back and never says a word. Anyone tell me the difference between bonding and pacting and how they are related? Dianthus. Glance at her. She's writing in her notebook and doesn't look up. The classroom is silent for a long moment. Blandry frowns. Even more than his usual frown, that is. Anyone? Come on. Psst. Why even in this class? Aren't you an expert on pacts already? I can't pact to save my life. Literally. Huh? I did pretty good the other day, right? Shh! You'll volunteer every week. I'll become an unbeatable team. Our protectors, they were just imps. Did you hear the question? Pay attention. Under what conditions would you attempt to form a pact with a Razorbeak? Dianthus? There's another long moment of silence, and everyone turns to look at Dianthus. She's not getting out of it this time. Instead of answering, she slowly rises from her seat, her eyes still fixed on her notebook. I will never pact a Fae again. Ever again, Razorbeak or otherwise. Ever. Wild Fae are evil creatures who kill people. They should all be banished. So the obvious point in my mind is that the girl who got killed that day was a good friend of Dianthus's. Into the speech, she's staring hard, straight at Professor Blandry, eyes full of fire. I've never seen her look so passionate, not even when telling me off. Everyone turns to Blandry. This is not going to end well, but he speaks quietly and slowly. I can scarcely believe I'm hearing this from you, Dianthus. Just last term you loved Fae, and even bonded a Fae-touched hair. I once had high hopes for you as an Earth Witch. His low tone suddenly turns very cold. Not to worry, I'm more than used to being disappointed by my students. Please report them to the Maletz tomorrow evening for detention, both for shouting in class and for being completely and utterly wrong. Let's join her in detention, why not? That's not fair, you didn't even ask why she feels that way. Just being mean to us, like always. Ah, someone else who doesn't give my classes the respect they deserve. If I'm so mean, why don't you report for detention tomorrow as well? But Class is dismissed. Detention time. We trudge down the deep stone steps into the dungeons, and the landing door creaks ominously as we push it open. And don't forget the cells, they love dark corners. Seriously? Cleaning grums for the dungeon? This place is a labyrinth. Believe me, I know. I've done a few detentions down here before. You talk too much. She points her wand at a section of stone wall that seems to be covered in a blackish moss. Oh, they're sleeping. Dianthus waves her wand and a small burst of light washes over the moss. The black stuff pops off the wall and forms into a dozen little black spheres, wildly dashing this way and that. Begone! Raise my own wand and they vanish with a puff. That spell doesn't need an incantation. But I want it. Isn't it more fun to say begone? Sometimes it's better to not say anything. If you didn't talk so much, we wouldn't be down here right now. Hey, it was you who went and yelled at Professor Cranktree. I mean, it was fantastic. A downright death sentence. Shades. If you hadn't been bothering me so much already, I might have been able to control my temper. Uh-huh. Right. Definitely. Ooh. Zelda must know the spell potions to craft potions. Couldn't possibly be filled with deep hatred of wild fae or anything. Dianthus strides ahead of me down the dark passageway. Why do you hate them so much anyways? Look, there's a lot active here. Make yourself useful. Or are you too much of a kindred spirit to them? In answer, I vanish a huge swath of the scuttling creatures along the floor ahead. Move along pretty fast, clearing passage after passage full of gloomy gargoyles and empty stone sconces. Wait, where are we? You tell me, aren't you down here all the time? But that... What? I could have sworn this passage led back to the stairs. Dianthus glances around and holds up her wand, making it glow with a brighter orange light. It must be this one. She turns into another corridor, but stops short as she sees it end almost immediately in a prison cell. Oh no. I've heard of this. What? Some parts of the dungeon are supposedly hexed and can trap you down here forever. Dianthus' eyes suddenly go very wide. She stops walking. I think the counter-hex is to think happy thoughts aloud and walk backwards through the last passage you went through. Dianthus squeezes her eyes shut very tightly and starts stepping backwards slowly. Oh no. Griselda, are you yanking her chain? Grummelos. Can't stifle my laughter any longer. Grummelos? Isn't the chocolate sweet with the weird faces? You're laughing. Wait, you! That's your happy thought? Grummelos? Oh. I'm laughing so hard now I'm not looking where I'm going and bang my head hard into one of the stone sconces. Ow! Shades! It's her turn to laugh now. Oh. Forget how tall you are? Serves you right for trying to trick me. Trying? A troublemaker. No wonder you're in detention all the time. Oh. Stop messing around and let's get out of here. You know exactly where we are, don't you? Yep. Ooh, last spring. So we have to help these... Oh, Phoebe. So we have to help these gargoyles grow her precious crystals. It was completely worth it. Did you see the expression on Professor Clear's face? Never forget it. For a moment we channel magic into the budding crystals in silence. Phoebe kneels to inspect an area behind a large pig-like gargoyle on a pedestal. Maybe next time we should just play along with the crystal readings? Why should I? It's bogus and everyone knows it. That's not real magic. You're so brave, Phoebe. Not really, I just don't like wasting time. In magic, too. What's stronger than I'll ever be? What? Shades, D. Even Professor Grumptree says you're one of the best Earth Witches at Stardander. Huh, a Grumptree. Wish I could speak up like you. Say what I think. And my fire magic doesn't hold a candle to yours. Tell me your secrets. My secrets? I guess I just don't care that much. Maybe that makes me a bad person. Work my way across the wall to the other side of the pig goyle and look behind it at her. Phoebe's red hair moves gently as she works, shining in the dim light of our wands. You've been standing up for me ever since first year. I don't know what I'll do next year without you. Come on, you'll be fine. You're so cute, Dee. Ow! Phoebe bangs her head on the pig goyle's chin as she stands up. And you're so clumsy. She rubs her head, tousling her silky hair, then returns to our task. We finish with the last crystals in amicable silence. Elemental, let's call it a night. Want to swipe some grumblers from the kitchen? Dibs on the purple ones. Oh. That explains a lot. Oh. Open my eyes and the great hole slowly swims into focus. My eyelashes and cheeks are wet. Book page peels off my cheek as I sit up. Oh no. I was dreaming. What am I doing? Still before sunrise and the castle is chilly and empty. But at least no one is around to see my moment of weakness. Recall my dream, that day with Phoebe. I will make things right. In 21 days now. Oh. Oh, summoning class. Oh, we can save game. Alright. Let's see. Oops. Ahem, let's move along. Take my seat in summoning class. Professor Touchstone hasn't arrived yet. Last week she was an entire 30 minutes late. Oh, look who it is. What are you doing here? I have a right to take summoning. You couldn't stay away from me. I'm not here to be with you, tall Grum-Grum. Okay, little Yasha. Dianthus narrows her eyes at me, but only reaches up to gently pat the Yasha hair on her shoulder. At that moment, Professor Touchstone dashes in, writes self-study on the dashboard, then slowly waltzes out of the room with an illusory partner. Oh. Well, she's as crazy as ever. Maybe we could do some real experiments in the summoning tower. But it's off limits. Like that's ever stopped us before. But it's outside Dare's territory. Wild Fae could... What, fly over half of Dare's territory in broad daylight to attack us? Don't tell me you're afraid. Didn't you volunteer to clear the forests? I look around and my eyes meet Dianthus's. She's giving me a strange look, but when she notices me, she quickly looks away. I have to go. I had a question for Professor Touchstone. Ooh. Fair enough. How did your classes go this week? I knew I was forgetting something! Challenging, but never let coursework defeat me! Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I can check history. Ooh. We can heal and strike. Interesting. Cultivated materials? Provides earth energy to... Oh, why? I try not to antagonize Professor Blandtree, please. I hear you've been in detention again. Well, Professor Glumtree could be nicer. Moving on. You and Dianthus did an admirable job of clearing the forest last time. Do you wish to volunteer again? You'll be assigned with her for tomorrow afternoon's clearing. It would be my honor. We'll smash it. Alright, round 2. Let's go. Leave the castle grounds, we hear the happy shouts of students playing and practicing spells on the green behind us. Have you seen everyone practicing for the bout lately? I don't recall you ever actually answering my question about being my bout partner. Clearly she had someone else in mind for that. Something that she's having a hard time getting over. I believe I made myself clear. Went away, but we have a job to do. We walked through the darkening forest in silence for a moment. What do you think's out here today? The only info we have is that some specter fae have been spotted recently. Ghost fae? Do you even go to class? specters are a subclass of beast-type Fae. Not ghost Fae. There's no such thing. Fae come from the Shadow Realm. Ghosts come from the Spirit Realm. Entirely different worlds. You know everything, huh, little Yasha? No, I just... Whoa. Guess I'm really getting a crash course in Spectre Fae now. Spectres don't have to complete physical forms if you can breach their barriers. They aren't too tough. The key is to save up mana to fire a bunch of strikes all at once. Defense damage, heal, impact. Raise the first hit of every attack. Obviously, since you're vulnerable to water. Fire-type beast Fae. Oh, okay, so... Spectral wave, ranged. Fire barrier. Okay, so this is how you tell how many attacks they do? Yeah, melee attack times 5. Yeah, I asked that question before the last battle. Melee attack times 2. Okay, so that means we're going to fire off a spectral wave. Let's see. Now, is this going to target us? Oh, okay, you're not targeting someone. So what does that actually mean, then? Why not? Blinded by the light. And why not? Let's see what happens. Locked. Okay, so that doesn't target, so... Would this do anything? Oh, no potions. Okay, now we got business to take care of. And now, let's, yoink. Well, realistically... Oof. I mean, realistically, gotta do something here, or else we're just gonna keep taking damage. Being targeted. Can't choose. What are you aiming at? Sorry. Yeesh. Oops, all out. So. We're just gonna take that hit. Block, baby! Attract! Okay, was that pointless? Miss. Block. Block. Okay, that's better. Getting through here. Oop. We'll throw out 2 stacks of that while we're at it. And we'll just wait. Okay, now... time to go ham. Bop, 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 bop. Yeah. Griselda gained more contentment. That's something. I mean, this is a slightly sad expression on her face and gained nothing. Whew, we did it. Next time maybe try to look a little less terrified. Hey, that thing was creepy! Sun is setting, making a rosy orange glow on the treetops and casting long shadows into the valley ahead. Dianthus is quiet as we hike back to the protection of Professor Dare's territory. I'm starving. Want to get some food? No, I need to practice my flute. Music class tonight. You with Professor Crabtree? She nods and doesn't speak again for the rest of her walk, but she also doesn't take off and leave me behind like last time. Ah. Improvement. Fey in their realm, communicate with the world around you. Oh wow, what? Okay. Why not? More bravery. I suppose a little kindness couldn't hurt, but why not? Let's go through this. Whoosh! Curfew bell is ringing. I'm slumped in a cozy library armchair reading an illustrated guide to Spectre Fey, and I don't want to move. I extinguish the light with my wand and close my eyes briefly. Wonder what the Maletz will make for breakfast tomorrow. Pancakes, I hope. Suddenly I see something moving in the corner of my eye. There's a soft glow coming down the spiral staircase that leads to Astrid's study. Strictly off limits to students, of course. Dianthus? What are you doing? No, it's you. Didn't realize you were such a rule breaker. You know there's some dangerous stuff up there, right? That's none of your business. Brushes past me and heads for the library door. What did you get? Fabled omen reader? The lore of the love recipe? The memory memoir? Those aren't even real. She continues off to the library, but I follow her into the quiet, empty corridor. Don't be like that. I'm always happy to be party to a bit of mischief. Just leave me alone. The moment I stare into her face, her sage green eyes seem sad or pained. I fought off a sudden ridiculous urge to hug her. If not for you, I would be dead right now. I can't leave you alone. Not when you're like this. Not when I just want to help you. You can't help me. You don't know anything about me. You didn't even realize I existed until that day. Why do you even care? Suddenly my heart is racing. My chest feels tight. If you actually listened to me sometimes, you'd know by now. Shade, that's not what I meant to say. Her eyes widen a tad. She's yelled at me plenty, but this is the first time I've ever yelled back. I'm sorry, I just... Bollocks. That didn't go well. How'd your classes go this week? Survived thanks to a study group with my friends. Oh, okay. Plus defense. Okay, so now we can... Should I assign you to forest duty with Dianthus tomorrow morning? Hesitate, but just for a moment. I'll do it. Alright, here goes. Dianthus steps carefully over tree roots and purple mushrooms well ahead of me. Watch her cloak swish, trying to decide whether I should apologize for the other day. And why was she in Astrid's study anyway? Suddenly the ground quivers, and again, thump, thump. Earthquake, or... Oh, shades. It's just big, don't freeze up. I don't think I can... Dianthus looks me in the eye. The first time she has since the library. We can do this if we work together. Back me up. Take a deep breath. Okay. Right. Together. Alright. So you do already have this guy, take an air barrier and melee attack. Let's see here. this guy's gonna take a lot of... What are you aiming at? Yeesh. Here we go. Alright, I'm gonna save up a little bit for when he gets within range. Ooh. It's more power, but why not? We'll take it. We're saving Griselda's mana to hopefully use pack like you did last time. It's too defensive. Fine then, how about Link? You can use it to strike enough times every turn to overpower its regeneration. Link, eh? Alright, so I'm going to attract attention. And then... oh, the barrier. Alright. Getting there, so we'll barrier up. And why not? Go to town. Bop. Bop. Not nearly as powerful an offensive witch as Dianthus, but we can do it if we try, pal. Bop, 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 bop. Whoosh, pal? We'll use Griselda. Bop, bop. Miss. One more time. Alright, good. Just fucking go ham. Go ham, girl. Ooh. We had good teamwork. Dianthus is still slightly sad. Understandable. She's dealt with a lot here. Breathing heavily. As the dust clears, I notice Dianthus is on her knees. Shades, are you hurt? Kneeling on the fallen leaves next to her, she's making a strange, strangled kind of noise. I can't. I thought I just didn't want to, but I can't pact anymore. All I can think about is that day. Her face. What expression did she have when... whose face? What are you talking about? Instead of answering, she just sobs. I hesitantly reach out and pat her on the back. I'm pushing herself too hard. Forest duty every week. Classes. Homework. Practicing music. Barely eating. Maybe some grumblers would do you good. Suddenly she turns and falls into my arms, sobbing like her heart is broken. For a while I just watched the sunlight dance on the forest floor as the treetops sway. It's okay, little Yasha. Important moral choice here. Hug. When her sobbing quiets, gather her closer as if trying to pull her feelings back together. For a moment, she rests her head on my chest. Thanks. Ah! She suddenly pulls away, scrubbing her face with her sleeve. Alright. Boink. Let's see what that gives us. Can always be more creative. No, actually... Why not? Let's go all the way there. Let's do that. Today's the last day to sign up for the bout. I eat my eggs and toast in silence. They need salt, but I don't see any shakers nearby. You're signed up, right, Zell? Of course you are. How else will you pass Blantyre's class? First class bell starts ringing. That's gotta run. Great Hall is emptying out. I look at the table behind me for a salt shaker. Dad, this places her breakfast plate and a salt shaker on the table and sits next to me. Mind if I borrow that? A few moments we eat in silence. The eggs taste so much better now. Still want to do the bout? I stop with my toast and egg halfway to my mouth. A bit of egg falls off. Are you just going to stare? It's not too late for me to change my mind. I drop the food back to my plate and leap to my feet. Oh, my protectors, we are going to smash it! You realize this is batty, right? We only have 10 days. When we win, I'll get you 1,000 grumbelos. You won't regret it. Can't help hopping up and down, letting out a couple of whoops. Dianthus takes a bite of her food to hide it, but I can see her smiling. Oh, I regret it already. Friendship with Dianthus is resumed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Locked. Boom. Perfect. Should cast the barrier on 4. It won't look like the strikes might hit you, but you blocked just in time. And if you're early, your strikes hurt. You won't die. Let's start again from your Intimidate. Take a deep breath. We go through the sequence of spells again, slowly, counting out the beats together. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. We did it! You didn't kill me! Dianthus shrugs and looks at her notebook, where she's been jotting down the spell sequence so far. Oh, yippee. Oh. How'd your classes go this week? Oh yeah, we got this. Restore mana, barrier mastery. Ooh. Oh, that's interesting. That's useful to have. I saw that you signed up for the Hallow's Eve bout at the last minute. Better late than never. Just make sure you don't neglect your connection classes. Would I ever do a thing like that? Okay, we'll take connection next week if we have time. It's not quite flowing. Or if we had a synchronized burst after my attract. Let's try it. That was elemental. Dianthus steps over to a desk where a notebook lays open to the spell sequence. Okay, now we just have the finale left. Start scribbling down some ideas while I bounce a little magic ball of light up and down on the desk. Wait, I have an idea. Hey, don't. Reach over and flip to the spells page. She tries to block it with her pen. A hand slips, the notebook falls open to a very intricate summoning circle diagram. Uh-oh. Whoa, did you draw that? Never seen one like that. Dianthus flips back to our bout sequence and slides the notebook away from me, gripping it protectively. It is missing something. The finale, that is. Suddenly she looks up at me with round, sad eyes. My pact spell. Thought you couldn't. She stands with a steely look in her eye. Let's try it. Dianthus sweeps her wand around her head. I hold my breath. Absolutely nothing happens. Sits down heavily on one of the benches. This now doesn't feel like a time for jokes. I used to get frustrated a lot. Mom had a special spell she would do for me. She'd lift her hand and place it palm to palm with mine. Oh. Wungle bungle blueberry pie. You can do it if you try. A tiny sparkle of earth magic flows through my hand to hers. Oh, that's not a real spell. Oh. can't believe we're doing this today. We should be practicing. This is way more important than the bout. In what realm? All 9, tall Grungrum. Whoa. Whoa. Oh shit. Okay, let's see here. So, fire barriers. Oh, realistically, I should give you a second. Actually, well, I can link us both. That seems like a good thing to start out with here. Alright, looking good. That is a lot of shit. 5, 6. We might get half health down. Ah, fudge. Why not? What are you aiming at? Oh boy. Now this is getting nasty. Alright. Fuck it, go ham. Block, miss, blocked. That's annoying. Ay. Okay, we can just... It's not gonna work, is it? Alright. going well. Alright, now... back where you belong. Nice one, little Yasha. Still gonna take some hits, but... okay. Attract me. So we need 4 barriers on me. 1 barrier for you. Give you some mana. Alright. Oh, wow. Alright, ham time. Oh, wait. Ham time, what? Burn through your shields. Excellent. Now time for you to finish the job. Miss. Dead. Dianthus sucks in air through her teeth, cradling her wand arm. Are you okay? Wish Faye didn't exist. I wish we didn't have to do this every week. Yeah, but... bite my tongue. There are lots of good Fae, too. Even domesticated ones that are helpful with agriculture, transportation, lots of things. Hey, you know what I just realized? There's no forest duty next weekend because it's the Fall Festival. Oh, you're right. What's your favorite Fall Festival event? She shrugs, staring at the leaf-strewn ground as we walk back to the castle. Music competition, I bet. Guess mine. She looks up at me for a moment. A pie-eating contest. Hey, how'd you know? You're always talking about food. Speaking of which, want to grab lunch? We just had breakfast an hour ago. Oh. You know what? Last time through. Let's not neglect our connection classes. Only a few days left until the Hallow's Eve bout. Prepare to be dazzled. Oh, wow. We jumping right along. One, 2, 3, 4. Going through the secrets about 80 times, I'm sure I got it perfect. But Dianthus just scowls. She's been in a really bad mood all day. Maybe because of the bout looming. No, you have to cast shadows on 2, otherwise I don't have time to turn. Okay, let's try that part again. Jeez. She doesn't seem quite as energetic. And it's rubbing off. Got it. Okay, but your light spell was weak that time. I don't want to blind anyone. What's the point of casting the spell if we can barely see it? I breathe in and out a few times, staring at her face. I notice that my eyes are starting to lose focus. It's getting late. Let's take a break. I'm going to bed. We never decided on the last spell. The bout is first thing in the morning. I don't care. Good night. I run to catch up with Dianthus as she sullenly exits the empty classroom. Sometimes I get the feeling somehow I get the feeling that this is more than just frustration over the bout practice. What is wrong with you? Why are you so angry? My best friend was murdered by Faye. I didn't even get to say goodbye. I have a right to be angry. Huh? How dense can you be? Phoebe Koro. That day I saved you, she died. You were friends with... And saved you, we'd be sharing gumlos and her for her birthday today. I hate you. Oh. Tears streaming, she turns and runs full speed down the corridor towards the dormitories. Today was Phoebe's birthday. Suddenly I feel very weak, very heavy. I sink to the floor, my chest tight. At the start of the term, a student died. Phoebe. Yes, Phoebe Koro. What happened? How did she die? We don't know the details. There were no eyewitnesses to her death. She was traveling with just one other student, a third year, who ran away when the Fae appeared. Why didn't anyone help her? Professors patrol the forests, but they can't be everywhere. Our official recommendation is for students to keep a pathfinder with them outside the territories, but in practice this rarely happens. Barring that, we ask you to always travel in groups of 3 or more. She didn't have any of those things. She was unlucky. Why? How? I suddenly feel very dazed. I don't know what to ask anymore. The curfew bell's about to ring. I turn and walk heavily out the office. The room spins a bit as I gently open the door. Is it my fault? If Dianthus had saved Phoebe instead, I would have been ripped to pieces by that Fae. So many teeth. The smell of char and metal. The footfalls that shook the ground. That's how Phoebe died. Hello, Z. How did your classes go this week? Honestly, I can't remember. Ooh. Good luck with the bout this morning. Thanks, I'll need it. Clutching the parchment schedule with both hands, I shoulder through the noisy great hall, looking at each face. The students are laughing, shouting, cheering. In the center of the hall, the first bout team is already performing. Sparks fly above the crowd. Yellow, green, violet. Look down at the schedule. We're the third team to compete. Thank you, Team Griffin. A spirited bout. Next we have Team Revenant. Please, take your places. More spells flash as the second bout begins. What will I do if she doesn't show up? I don't... Barrier on 4. You're here. Glanced at her face. Her eyes are puffy. Looks like she didn't sleep a wink. You look terrible. Not as bad as you. Listen, about yesterday. Shh, it's almost our turn. Thank you, Team Revenant. That was unique, to say the least. Now, please welcome Team Grumlow. That's what you signed us up as? We walk forward together to take our places in the center of the hall and the room spins around me. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to cry all night. Try to focus on Dianthus' face across from mine. We practiced so much. We drilled the sequence to death. Until we were both sick to death of it. Bow. Her expression doesn't change. Her bow is stiff.
Begin! My arm shakes as I raise my wand. For a terrifying second, I don't know what my first spell is. Dianthus is whispering the beats under her breath. My arm moves on its own. We fall into the rhythm of the spell sequence, but my moves are shaky. So are hers. Alright, you can do it. There's a beat in the second segment and have to rush to try and synchronize my burst spell with hers. I'm behind. Shades. I brace to the barrier section. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ow! Oh! Ah! The second I clutch my chest, but the pain fades quickly. Light. Shadows. Quick spin. I'm even farther behind now. My moves are completely out of sync. Uh-oh. We tried. Somehow we were on the last move and I need to do a spin. Instead the world lurches and I'm flat on the floor, chin smarting. Ow. Hear giggles from the crowd. A few people clap. Thank you, Team Grumlow. That was one to remember. Next up. I looked up, but Dianthus has disappeared. I scrambled to my feet. I spot her trotting up the steps and out of the great hall, cloak swishing angrily. Uh-oh. We let her down. Wait, I'm sorry, Dianthus. I worked so hard and I ruined it all. I was a fool to sign up for this in the first place. Why did you decide to be my partner? I thought maybe you could help me with... She spins away and runs up the stairs. I don't even have the strength to run after her. Help you with what? I'm being pulled into a sinkhole. Scabbed, fleshless hands grip my wrists, my hair, and tighten around my throat. I struggle to free myself, but I'm sinking. A sudden pain flares in my chest. I gasp, sitting up in bed. I breathe in and breathe out. Just a dream. Just a dream. It's well past curfew, but I need to move, shake off that suffocating feeling. My soft boots make no noise on the stone castle floors. A bat swoops past the window and a strange chill runs through me. Something is happening. Something bad. Oh, here we are. I find myself at the bottom of the stone steps that lead to the summoning tower, which is strictly off limits, of course. Huh? What's that? I take the steps two at a time, past eerie, shadowed gargoyles, and burst into the large tower chamber. Why won't it work? Stretching from my toes across the smooth wood floor is a perfectly drawn, elaborate summoning circle, full of runes I don't recognize. It's already pulsing with a blue magic glow. Dianthus? What are you doing here? The moment the bell tower gives the single peal that marks the half hour, 30 minutes until midnight. There's no time. I can't get it to activate. My summoning magic must not be strong enough. This is against about 8 school rules. What are you even trying to... Dianthus looks up at me. Her eyes wide, imploring. She is suddenly quiet. She needs my help. My summoning magic. I got a decent amount. For a moment I hesitate, holding my wand in the air above the circle. I swallow. I feel very focused. There's a rushing in my ears. Please help me. I touch my wand in the circle and the room explodes with light. A blue-green shine streams up from every rune in line of the summoning circle. It's working. The sound of the circle seems to sink suddenly, filling up with a pooling blackness, and a high-pitched shrieking makes us clap our hands to our ears. Uh-oh. What's happening? Hideous smell of rotting flesh and camphor suddenly burns my nostrils. Smoke is billowing up through the blackness. This isn't right. It's... Oh no. It's siphoning our power. That's forbidden magic. I don't think the normal rules apply here. Oh, that's concerning. Revenant undead spirit. Siphon forbidden magic. Once human wizard in time before magic was well understood, but the use of magic that is now forbidden corrupted them and turned them into a mindless monster. Even in death, they still crave endless destruction. Okay, so this is what absolutely was trying to kill us before. So what is it trying to do? Okay. This is not ideal, but... Doesn't seem to do any kind of elemental damage. Alright. Wow, homing. Oh, this is interesting. This is the upgraded attack magic. Interesting. Ow, ow, ow. Holy, oh, what? It's following a pattern. It can't attack while it's siphoning. Let's spare some mana for you. Never Miss is also good. Oh, that gets around the illusion passive too. Interesting. Okay, so you just need to barrier up all of the barriers. Fuck it, go ham. Oh Jesus, oh Jesus! I guess that has... okay. That's bad. Pulse's spell and deafening sound is gone. I crack open my eyes. The air is still thick with smoke and I blink back stinging tears. Dianthus is crouched nearby, head bowed, bangs swag as she breathes heavily. When I speak, it's in a whisper. Are you alright? Never felt so drained. It's as if I hadn't slept in months. I think we banished it. I try to touch her hand. It feels cold and clammy. Wasn't what was supposed to happen. I was supposed to get my goodbye. At the moment a distant bell tolls. The first stroke of the midnight hour. Therefore Dianthus raises her head to look at the still glowing summoning circle. She suddenly sits bolt upright, as if electrified. It's midnight. On All Hallows Eve. When the bell stops, our chance ends. What are you trying to do? It's not too late. Dianthus lifts her wand. Her hand is trembling. Dianthus, stop. You have nothing left. She straightens her arm, pointing at the summoning circle. Tears streaming down her cheeks, she gasps out a few words as the bell tolls its last stroke. Come to me, Phoebe. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. I can't. No 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 no.
Dianthus falls to her knees and I step in front of her, trying to shield her from the horrifying sight of the multitudes of grabbing, scabby, undead things rising from the circle. Closest horror reaches for my throat, hand dripping with an otherworldly blue glow. That's it, I guess. Well, it was a short 15 years. They do say the good die young. The moment a blast of magic rips through the creature, the undead hand falls to the floor, motionless. Professor Blantrey swings his staff over his head, sweeping the creatures away in a wave of magic and light. They retreat as if stung, disappearing into the pool of blackness. I blink. Before we have time to breathe, the black pool has shrunk to nothing. The blue-green light of the circle has sputtered out, and the entire circle vanishes without a trace. Only the smoke in the air remains. How did you know? Don't think you are the first to attempt a spirit summoning on All Hallows' Eve. Fools. With as he grasps my collar in one hand, Dianthus is in another, and drags us all away. Spirit summoning is notoriously dangerous. Even master mages have difficulty summoning the correct spirit. The fact that you were able to summon anything is, frankly, impressive. That just makes what you did even more dangerous. There are endless spirits, and the nastiest ones are always looking for a way back to this world. They should both be expelled, immediately. No! Why did you do this? Wait for Dianthus to speak. She looks down at her hip, at her boots, and mumbles something. Speak up. I wanted to see my friend Phoebe again. I wanted to apologize, not being able to save her. And say goodbye. I see. Please wait outside. I need to discuss this matter with Professor Blantrey. It's all my fault. Phoebe's death, the Bout's summoning, even the Bout if I hadn't hit you. Dianthus, stop. And we're going to be expelled and... Stop it! She stares at me, mouth open. Sorry for shouting. I just realized something. You try so hard to be good at everything. Even Professor Gloomtree in there acknowledges that you're a great witch. Always volunteer for forest duty, study all the time, practice your flute. But you can't do everything. Your point being... It's not your fault that Phoebe died. It's not your fault that you couldn't summon her ghost. Even masters struggle with that. It's okay to just be... you. I, for one, like you, the way you are. Oh. I hold out my arms. She needs a hug. Come here. She moves into my embrace and I hug her tightly. Oh, we friends. The girl needs a hug. Really, this feels like the fitting outcome. After everything I've done to you, the terrible things I've said to you, you've always been on my side, helping for me, caring for me, in the tower, and now... Huh, you might be stuck with me. That's... okay. Oh. Fall Festival. I made such a huge mess. Professor Dare even barred us from participating in the Fall Festival. Hey, at least we're not back in our bags. I'm definitely failing Yuck Tree's class. Again. There's still a month left until finals. I won't let you fail. Connection magic happens to be my best subject. Really? Elemental. It really was. Before she sort of hit that block and, hit that emotional block, preventing her from using connection magic properly. Look, the Great Hall is still cleared for the Bout. Must do for the festival dance tonight. We walk across the hall, our boots echoing throughout the huge, empty chamber. Suddenly, Dianthus stops. Let's try again. I won't hit you this time. She raises her wand and steps back, bowing. I let out a short laugh. I thought you wanted to watch the music competition. Please? I raise my wand, and we go through the spell sequence. I swing my arms wide, counting beats, feeling the rhythm of the magic like a dance. Now that we've gotten over our reach the ending sequence, Dianthus sends 3 glowing green pack circles through one another, up to the ceiling. I spiral gracefully, my wand leaves a trail of bright violet light around us. Aww. What a beautiful end. You did it! Dianthus twirls, delighted, trailing green earth magic from her wand. Suddenly she stops and points her wand at me, a mischievous glint in her eye. Got you, devious fae. She sends a single pack circle straight at me. The magic sinks into my chest with a warm tingle. I stagger backwards theatrically. Your wish is my command, Lady Dianthus. I want... Do not speak. I already know your deepest desires. Grovelos! Wave my wand and summon something from my room. It arrives in a moment with a puff of yellow smoke. Grovelos! Excellent work, familiar. However, this is not nearly 1,000. Dianthus delicately selects the purple one from the dish and brings it to her mouth, but then pauses. There's one more thing. She raises her wand. Still trailing green earth magic. Writes a few words in the air and traces a heart below them. Sorry, Phoebe. Farewell. I step back, giving her space. Come here. Let's send it to her. She raises her wand and I place my hand on hers. A small force of magic we push on the words. They grow larger and larger. Moving up through the top of the windows, then outside. The words fade, slowly, leaving an afterglow against the sky. There are tears in her eyes, but Dianthus is also smiling as she takes a bite of her candy. I'd like to see you finally eat something. I guess there really are a few things you like. Lots of things, quiet things, small things. You, even though you're still as tall as a tall Grum. Thank you for everything. Don't mention it, little Yasha. Aww. That was really sweet. And this is just a demo. Really cute. And for a demo done for a game jam, it still manages to tell complete story in this format. This sort of calendar-based events. Stat progression and random and battles. Ah. We miss you, Phoebe. Oh. Oh, is that the dev's cat, Phoebe? Oh. Check out Stardander School for Witches. Coming fall 2020. Oh, so wonder if the full game is more... And I can see how they go from the scope of this demo to a full game. That's just more weekly events, a more gradual progression of the friendship, and more between Griselda and Dianthus. I could see them adding more to it to build that story more gradually, but still, for what this was as a complete story, it was really sweet. And I'm personally really curious to see what the full version would look like. Got a year to wait. Fall 2022. Check it out. Of course, before we do anything else, we do have to
lift her chin gently with my fingertips and lean in. I love you. Something close to the small gap between us, pressing her lips to mine. Aww. What do you think I've done to you? The terrible things I've said to you. You've always been on my side, helping me, caring for me, in the tower, and now. Ugh, you might be stuck with me. That's... okay. Oh. In the end, you get the choice to decide how far that relationship goes. Elemental. I love these little magical slang terms they've peppered throughout. It's just... it's cute. Blocked. I'm realizing that they're both sort of glowing with the aura of their strongest area of magic. In the end, Dianthus is really kind. Yeah, excels in kindness. Kindness and bravery. And Griselda, specializes in air magic. Obviously quite creative. In this playthrough we worked on bravery, but... oh! They hug it out afterwards. Good. You did it. Got you, devious fae. Yeah. I love Smoke Griselda. That expression's the best. Poof. Oh. Not much really changed there, but it was still... I stand by what I said before, it's still really cute and heartfelt. It definitely feels like there is room to expand on the, I haven't looked into what's plans are for a full game. I could see it being either greater calendar scale or more daily events that progress the story more gradually. And more opportunities for more battles. It felt like there were more battle mechanics than we were able to utilize in 3-4 weeks worth of battles. Like pacting with the enemies, using them in battle with you. In theory, you could have tried. For instance, if you had gotten basic pact magic with Griselda first week, might have been able to snag a familiar for later battles and try that mechanic out, but perhaps we'll see more of that in the full game. Well, on that note, this has been Stardander Revenant. Introduced some really interesting mechanics and a really heartfelt, intriguing story. And that, even though we've essentially seen the story to completion in the demo, either there's going to be more to it,
So obviously the tagline of the full game is School for Witches, so we'll either see a greater scope of story, or we'll see this story developed more gradually with perhaps more twists and turns along the way. But whatever that comes out to be, really enjoy it, I think. Gameplay-wise, really gave me vibes of something like a Long Live the Queen. If you remember that game. It's a week-by-week, almost simulator style, where they make decisions each week what stats you want to focus on, and depending on, you have certain stat checks for certain events that happen as the story progresses over time. And certain stat checks unlock certain potential outcomes. Certainly gave that story a lot of replayability. Curious to see yeah, I think I've said enough of a piece on that note. I am really curious to see how this progresses, or how this develops for the full version. So I'll be keeping my eye on that, I think. Hope you enjoyed this. And until next time, until then, magical.